afternoon, everybody. I wanted to come on this afternoon and show you a little idea of using your Gelli Plate to draw your designs, or using your Gelli Plate, drawing your own designs, and creating some great painty papers when you do that. Now, I like to start Gelli printing with a little bit of color on my paper. It's one of those things where sometimes that little bit of background color just adds to the look of your papers. So I just usually go through and with a piece of plastic card or something, I put a little bit of paint on, and you notice I don't put it everywhere. It's just a matter of getting some on there. Now, there are other ways to put paint on your paper, and as I'm working with my Gelli Plate, I'll end up with some other things to show you, because when you brayer the Gelli Plate, you end up with a really nice piece that you can also use as a background. Then we're going to take our Gelli Plate, and you notice mine has gotten nice and dirty. I've only been using it a few weeks, and it's just lovely now. So we're going to roll on some orange and yellow paint, and then we're going to draw in it. And I'm sure that this is by no means something that someone else hasn't thought of, but I just wanted to pop in and show it to you, and maybe spark an idea for somebody else. Gonna have to clean my brayer, I guess. It keeps getting a little bit stuck. So we're just gonna roll all over here. And you have to remember, when you go to draw on your Gelli Plate, not to push too hard, because it is gelatin, or a chemical type of gelatin. And notice that makes a great little background for the next thing. But what we're going to do, and I happen to have this pen, it has a nice smooth end on the back of it, a paintbrush, that backside, hold on just a second, that's full of yucky, a backside of your paintbrush, that would work. But I'm just going to make some little flowers on my plate. Oops, forgot a. Now you want to work fairly quickly. You don't have to rush, but you do want to work, because if it dries, then you've got to deal with the fact that it's dry. And there are ways to do that. Adding another layer over the top helps. Spritzing it with water. But I am just making some fun flowers. And you notice that they're not perfect, they're just fun. And that's the whole point, is to have fun. Why are we doing art if we're not having fun? I don't know. So we want to have fun. And by the way, I want to tell you all, I'm sorry for my scratchy voice, but something attacked me a couple weeks ago, and I have been ill. Oh, there's a lovely little hair right there. You can tell when it starts to get dry, because your pen will start to drag. Now, like I said, if you don't have a nice smooth tipped pen, don't worry. Now, this is a piece that's already got a little bit of paint on it. I'm going to put that one on there like so. And then I think we'll use this yellow one just to see what it looks like. So, oops, okay. And we're going to squish them down real good. And look at there. And you see how the color from behind it comes through? I just love the way that adds to the look of the piece. And look at this one. And that's your own drawings. So it's using your Gelli Plate, but then using your own drawings. So let's do another one. Gotta find a place to lay everything. Shall we do another? Let's do another orange and yellow one. That worked real well. Get another design. Now, if you've watched some of my lives, I've also used combs on the Gelli Plate and made paper that looked a lot like paste paper. That's a lot of fun too. And this is really just the same technique, because what you're doing is moving the paint out of the way so that the design can come through. So now you might want to have just a little extra paint when you're doing this. I also have the fans on. It's just too warm in here not to, and it seems that it it dries my plate out pretty fast. So this time I am just gonna draw, let's see, let's just do little circles, little tiny circles everywhere. Now you could use a stamp to do this. But it's just one more thing to do with your Gelli Plate to make some great painty paper. Now I imagine that the back end of that ink pen's got a lot of paint on it, and I don't care. Okay, so there we are, we're ready. And I have another one with, oh, let's use one with red behind it. That sounds like a real good idea. And we're just gonna put this down. And then I'm gonna grab the same one I used a few minutes ago that's got the yellow and make another layer on it. I happen to like doing the split of the pages. It's fun. And look at there. Now, isn't that a great painty paper? And it's just something simple like circles. Now then, let's pull this one off and see what we got. Oh, yeah, see? Oops, this one's a little damp, so there we go. And see, I love the way the color shows through, and then there's white behind it too. So it's just another really fun technique with your Gelli Plate. I think let's do one more. What color shall we use? Let's go for this color. Now, what I usually do is I set this aside because it's perfectly good for the next layer, and I think that way I have the background layers already painted when I go into, oh, I'm going to have some more of this color. It's one of my favorites. But when I go in to make paper, I already have those colors laid out. And how about some of this light purple, if there's any left? Well, I don't think there's going to be enough left. Okay, sorry for all that funny noise. Let's see if we may have to have a little extra color in there, since that one wasn't quite full. Let's go with that. And like I said, you want to try to get a little extra paint just because it's gonna take a few minutes to work if you're in a dry situation. Now, I don't have a spray bottle. I need to get myself a spray bottle for some water, which would help. There we go. There's another base layer on my wipe-off paper. And now I'm gonna make some big flowers this time. So we're just gonna start like so and just make them grow. And another one over here. Now if you don't know, doodles, flowers are one of my favorite doodles. I like to make flowers. Okay. Okay, we'll get another one up here. They're going to kind of run into one another, and that's okay. Oh, that one is just going to be a different kind of flower. Now, if you want, you can put things between the flowers, like little leaves, or let's just make a little circles in the places I don't have anything. And now let's go for this one. And this is one I pulled earlier, which I think the color would be beautiful on this one. So we're just gonna add to this one. Now, if your Gelli plate's not as big as mine, you're not gonna pull as big a piece off of it, but you can still draw some great little things on it. And look at that. It's just, it gives it such a fun texture. And look. Oh my. Now, that's just what I wanted to show you today. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you enjoy my videos. If you do, let's just leave this so you can see it. If you enjoy my video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I'm open to suggestions as far as what kind of videos you'd like to see. So make a comment. Let me know you were here. Have a great afternoon and go make some art.